Alright, so I just want to make a video about my hunting camera arm evolution here. And I guess I'll start at the beginning. So when I was first looking, I didn't have many options. This was, pretty much when, let's say, 10 years ago or something like that. And there wasn't a ton out there. And one of the best systems that, a lot of people still use is just the original muddy camera arm here. And I just had wrapped this thing in some soft tape, try to help dampen it. You got the big base, comes with the humongous, nasty, loud ratcheting strap, and that's what I used. And the head I had on here, which is a really nice head actually, it's the Manfrotto. Let's see, 128 RC, and this is a sweet freaking head. So, yeah, there we go. Very smooth, good arm length. Besides it being big and bulky, along with the rest of this whole system here, I don't know what that weighs, but you try to pack this thing, I'm sure a lot of you know, it ain't fun. You got nice adjustments on this thing. It's easy to set up. Besides, I did switch over to a different strap. I tried, going slow and pulling the teeth out. And anyways, that was complete crap. So I like the arm and I like the head, but I always struggle trying to come up with some slick way to carry that freaking base around, and it was just a monster. So the next thing from there, I saw this little setup here at a local hunting show, and I don't even know who the company is. It just kind of looked cool. It clamps on the bottom of your tree stand here. You got your hooks on here for hanging your gear, and then your bow can hang in here too. So you basically clip this on the base of your tree stand. You got this arm. Carry in your bag, and it came with this complete garbage ball head. But anyways, I was like, it was a local guy trying to start something, so I said screw it. I bought it. And the whole thing was supposed to be, yep, you kind of put this thing right in there, slide it up, and it's right at level there, and you can hunt with that. I never even tried to use this. I did run it a little bit just for the bow holder there, but it's just big, and basically I never used it. So moving on to the future, Lone Wolf kind of came out with their own deal, and I was like, what? I was like, that's a slick little idea. And I was looking at it, and I was like, man, $250. I'm like, I'll give it a go. So I tried a couple attempts to make something, and originally my first idea was, hey, look, I'm gonna make the whole arm. I'm gonna make my base just like they did, and nylon washers, and yeah, I don't know, just give it a shot. Now this material, I don't even know if you can order it yourself or whatever, but it's pretty cool. It's called extrusion. I work in manufacturing, and this stuff is used for a lot of applications for building frames for machines or tabletops or stuff like that. So it's nice. You have a bunch of different gussets for it and hardware. They have these things called, I don't know if you can even see in there, basically T-nuts that, yeah, here we go. It's actually on this one. This is the same stuff. It's a little bit bigger. There is a threaded nut that drops into this groove here, and you can tighten it up. It draws it up and locks it in place. So I like that idea because I can mess around, I can move things, you know, nothing's fixed permanent. I can figure out, you know, different lengths and heights, and that's actually this is one of my V brackets I made, just a piece of angle iron, cut it out, and like I said, that's all adjustable. I can loosen that bolt, slide it up. I actually had it on this one. So I did have this whole setup here, and it's pretty light, pretty compact. I had my Manfrotto head on here. I just threw this on here just for the heck of it, but I never actually ran it with that. But it was okay. I really didn't have the right way to secure this thing to the tree. I think this was way too small. It's just getting a little crazy here, and it just was a little bit of a pain to you know, get strapped down to the tree. The arm itself was okay, but yeah, I don't know. It kind of sat there. I was like, you know, maybe I'll mess around with this another time. I went back to my muddy arm, and I like the two-piece arm too. I just thought, you know, it was just a lot smoother, and it was just large. So I'm like, well, you know what? The real pain is this guy here. So I said, let's keep the arm, let's keep the head, and we'll go with a new base. So this was the first base that I ended up making, and basically I got 5/16 thread going through here, threaded rod with a little handle on here that just kind of presses on. I showed that in some of my other videos, these things, for kind of how I customize my stand with these tie downs. There's all sorts of different ones, but so we got this knob on here, and basically bolt with a washer, nut underneath it, same thing, that T-nut. So I'm like, all right, you know, a little bit bigger, I can move this thing around. And then I took a piece of round stock, drilled it out, bored it, and I made a nice slip fit for my muddy arm here. Let's see. So you're gonna set this guy up on the tree, you know, pull this guy out, and there's your V bracket, boom, strap it around, and then as you tighten this thing, it's going to pull it away from the tree, dig this in. Now, it worked pretty well, and I even put I tapped the bottom of this, put a little hook, had my backpack on it, and you know, sprayed it all up, but it worked pretty good, you know. I actually like this thing, and I started running it a little bit this year, and it was doing fine for me, but I just wanted to cut down on all this bulk. I thought it was just, you know, that was really my problem, but then I'm looking at it like, you know, this thing is a bear too, and I'm not trying to go out there and you know, make a award-winning movie. Honestly, if I see something interesting, you know, I'll go around and film, but for the most part, it's hard enough to try to film yourself and hunt, and I just kind of, if I see something, I'm mostly just setting up the camera where I think something's going to be when I'm going to have a shot at it, and a lot of the stuff I hunt is thick, so there's not really too many places where it can be. So for the most part, I'm not really moving the whole rig around. I'm just kind of leaving the camera in one spot. And yeah, you know, maybe you get the deer running off or something like that, but I'm not necessarily panning all over the place constantly. Something does come in, like I said, you know, may have to make some minor adjustments, but so be it. So for me, the size and the weight of this was just overkill. So I was like, all right, you know, maybe I'll go back to something like this that, you know, is going to fold up smaller. And I'm looking around and I'm trying to, you know, figure out how I want to do it. And then I found this, and I think this was like $10, and this is the Realtree Easy Mount camera arm, and it's 34-inch 3-arm, and basically what it is this guy here, and this is just like their bow hangers. It's a 3-piece system, but it comes with a stud on the bottom to receive. This is what it came with, a little ball type head, just kind of screws in the bottom there. You have an Allen there, and then you have this bolt here to add friction to the ball head to stiffen it or not. And I was like, you know what? I was like, that's about all I need. I don't, you know, I can just grab the camera with my hand and kind of twist it around a little bit if I have to. I mean, I'm not out there shooting a complete movie. So I ran this for a couple hunts and quickly realized, yeah, this thing is pretty crappy. I mean, I'm just so used to going, you know, from that Nice Manfrotto head and the muddy arm, and going to this ball head really was the worst part. This arm, like I said, for like $10 or whatever, I'll put a link for the Amazon on this, but this thing here is awesome. I mean, you could loosen or tighten or whatever if you think, you know, it's a little stiff, but I actually like it. Like I said, because I'm not moving around a ton, so I kind of just set the angle and get it where it's comfortable for me up in the stand, and then you know, I'm not moving around too much with that thing. So like I said, it is 34 inches, so it's quite a reach on this. I mean, that's a good ways out. So you can get this thing wrapped all the way around the tree, however you need it. And it is steel, so, you know, it does have actually a little bit of weight to it, but it's not very heavy. I mean, compared to what I had, it's not much. I think for me, the issue obviously is weight, but it was more packability. And with this thing here, I mean, that's a nice little system here compared to the Muddy. I mean, you could see that thing fits right inside it. So oh, and one other thing too. I don't know if you anyone uses the Realtree Easy Hanger bow holders, but whatever screw design they have or coating on this thing, I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people are, you know, against screwing stuff into the trees. They rather just throw a strap around it and, you know, less movement and quieter and yada yada yada. I rather screw this thing in. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was just my crappy adjustments there that I had set up on this thing, but I mean, by the time you get that thing strapped down and then you're trying to tighten it, and you know, you start putting tension on this where it starts getting tight, then you're too far forward, then you got to screw it all the way back out farther and then retighten it and adjust it. And even this, I mean, you got, you know, this knob and this, and you're moving stuff around too. I could just screw this thing in and be done. And it's, I mean, I'm running a small camera. I think it says 10 pounds. Don't quote me on that. Well, anyways, I think it's about 10 pounds, but this thing could probably do more. I'm telling you, this thing screws in. It's pretty damn solid. And you could level that out, no problem. You're screwing it in. You get an idea of what's going on. And like I said, depending on how you keep these joints here, I mean, this thing's not going to be unfolding on you or moving around. It's going to stay where you want it. So the other thing too, which I'm going to get to the head, but this head does have a built-in bubble level on it. So you can manipulate this thing in the tree. Focus. And, you know, get that thing all set up nice and level for you. And pop your camera in. So, all right, so I'm going to get into this head. It comes with a base. It's a 1/4-20 thread there. And this guy slides right into here. You get these grooved teeth here. And then this thing is going to draw those in, or draw this side in. This side's fixed. And lock that camera in place. And then you have 2 Allens on either end. And that's going to drop into that groove, and there's a groove on the, yeah, right there. There you go. And that's basically going to keep it from, you know, if this thing got loose, it wouldn't just slide out or back. It's going to, you know, kind of stay fixed in there until you unscrew this and pull it out. So this head, I'll put the link in the description too. And this was on Amazon, and they have a sale on it right now. You save a couple bucks, but it was $46. And I mean, look at the size of this freaking head there. I mean, I could fit it in my hand. And that's, you know, comparing to this beast here. I mean, this thing's huge. Nice head, but for me, just wanting something to, you know, like I said, pretty much just get some kill shots or screw around with. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted. And that's $100 and something head. 110 bucks, maybe a little more. I don't really recall. And this thing is, I mean, nice and smooth. I think, I don't know if it's the arm or whatever. You know, maybe I'll have to give it to the Manfrotto head. I mean, obviously that's a, you know, pretty reputable name. But this microfluid head is pretty nice. Here, let me do something. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this camera in here. So just tighten this nut up. actually gonna just see if I can get in there for you. Do a little, this thing's obviously not secured. Do a little panning. I mean, that's pretty smooth. This thing is not jerking around. I mean, you set this thing, you know, just a little pressure with your fingers here. You know, I angle this thing all, I mean, this thing could go 90 degrees forward. That's more than you're ever going to need to go with this thing. And I don't know what the angle is going back, but you got plenty of range on this thing. And like I said, you know, it's a nice small handle. Nice and smooth. It doesn't, you know, like I said, I'm barely locked. And it's not falling forward. Like I said, it's not a heavy camera, but you know, you got a cheap fluid head here, and maybe this thing starts, you know, running away on you or whatever, or the pressures, like, see this? See how it's slowly moving back a hair? Just tighten that up. But it's still smooth without moving. And that's kind of one of the things that I judge a fluid head by. You know, obviously you want to get nice panning and stuff, but you don't want this thing, you know, you're in one spot and then it starts moving, and that's the only way it's smooth. This thing's holding in there pretty good. So, I don't have my scale working. I know a lot of people are always interested in weight. I am as well. Oh, and it comes with, that's another thing I forgot to mention. It comes with this little Allen key. And where the heck does this thing go? Oh yeah. So right in the side here, slide that in, and there's a magnet, and it sucks it in. So that's pretty cool. You can you know, loosen up some things. It fits also in the arm there. This can go righty or lefty, depending on what side you want it on. And actually, this thing comes flipped, still on the right side, but facing down. And I found if I wanted to go up, I was hitting this arm here when this thing was kind of facing down sooner than I would like. I was like, I don't necessarily like that. So plus with it up, I keep this at my waist level, and it's, you know, just coming right up to me, and then I can have my screen open and just kind of turned a little bit, and so I'm just kind of looking down at it, and you know, just kind of controlling everything from here. But this, like I said, was 20 bucks. This was 46 bucks, and I'll tell you what, I am glad I did not buy. Well, we'll see. At this point, for me and for what I'm actually doing with this thing, I don't know that you need to spend $250 on a Lone Wolf arm. I mean, if you did or you want to, I mean, I get it. I don't know what everyone's goals are with their setups for filming, but for me, like I said, one guy that's, you know, focusing primarily on hunting, and if I can get the video, great. It's not my job, and I don't, you know, want to lose a chance at, you know, getting some meat in the freezer to get it on film. It does me no good. So like I said, just a nice, simple, compact. I mean, the biggest thing is, like I said, just carrying this thing. So I got my pack here, and I just got this. I mean, it could go literally anywhere, but I just got this one little pouch here, and this is a Walmart backpack. Put that sucker right in there, close it up, put the straps down, and there you go. And so I'll set up my bow, hang everything up, boom, I'll get this sucker in the tree. Like I said, it really is amazing how easy this is. I know it's not legal everywhere. I don't know how, you know, much it can be enforced if people are using screw and stuff, or, you know, or possibly if you don't want to, or you can't screw in to a tree, you got this whole arm for nothing. I mean, like I said, I don't know if it was, you know, 10 or 20 bucks. It was pretty freaking cheap. And there's your material, there's everything. There's washers, hardware. I mean, make a bracket, you know, make something like what I made if you want to DIY it. I mean, this is a good starting point at least. And like I said, and this head is fucking excellent. I am so happy with that head. And like I said, this whole thing just packs down nice and simple. I wish I had a weight on this thing, but again, I mean, it's more bulk that bothered me than weight. And like I said, I just throw it right in there, and that's it. And also with this part here, you know, I got that screwed into the tree like that, and I have this clip on my little S-beaner, and I just clip this guy, you know, right onto here, and so my pack is hanging right next to me, and this thing's all nice, doesn't slide around or anything. So I got my pack here, I got the arm coming out right on my side, and yeah, nice and simple. I mean, it's been a while messing around and trying to figure out what I want, but I mean, going from this to this, it's like, all right, this is actually you know, fun again. It's not a goddamn hassle to try to bring something out of the woods. Like I said, pretty much to film a kill shot. And I mean, it's not even just, you know, kill shot because you want to show off or anything. I mean, it's nice to have. You look back, I mean, you think you made a good shot. You think you saw which way the deer ran, and then you have no idea. And to go back and look at footage and zoom in and say, okay, well, oh, I did hit him a little back, or, oh, like, yeah, he went right in the corner over there, you know, down towards the river, or whatever, because your heart's pumping and you're all excited and you just got a deer. And, you know, how many people do you know say, yep, got a good shot, and it was not a good shot. You end up bumping the deer or something. So it really comes in handy just going back and looking at it, and just having that thing set up nice and easy like this. You know, a little head just packs up good and takes 2 seconds. I can't speak highly enough of, you know, this screw-in system. This is, they make the best. If they made screw-in steps, Jesus, who knows, maybe guys would be running screw-in steps still, but no, I'm just kidding. But that does go in there excellent. No trouble. I said I could probably screw that thing in and get it set up just as quick as strapping this freaking thing down. Not with that strap, just, you know, with the regular strap on there and then leveling everything out. I mean, this thing's got got the level right on it. You screw the thing in, you kind of check it, you know, you tap it down a little bit, get it fixed right, and then you're done. So again, I'll try to put links up for all this stuff if anyone's interested, but this, I think, for the average Joe trying to get into filming, maybe, you know, like I said, just using it as a tool, as you know, after the shot, analyzing, looking back. I mean, you spend all this time out there trying to get a crack at something, and after the shot, you know, it's not yours till it's in your hands. So if you can save yourself a little bit of aggravation, you know, trying to find an animal, or trying to determine if you made a good shot or not, having a camera is a great way to do it. And this, I'm not going to go into crazy detail on. I'm not a camera person. It's a Sony Vixia HF-R 400. It's a pretty nice little camera, 53x zoom. And I've had this thing for a while, you know, nice and small. I did actually just order a case, but I mean, usually this thing just lives up in my pack right here. Boom, camera's in there, you know, everything's nice and simple. Close it up. I don't need 800 SD cards. I got 64 gig and can do my whole season on that thing. So with that guy, and I mean, this whole setup actually could even just go right inside this front pocket. Thermocells in there. I mean, I could just throw that right in there. Don't even need to have it in the outside, just in case it falls out. And you're done. I mean, that's how it should be. Nice, simple, clean. Like I said, you could even get this with a mount for a cell phone. But I got this one. Like I said, I was giving that ball head a shot. It's complete crap. You can try it, but I don't recommend it. So, anywho, like I said, if you want a little camera arm set up for 40, you know, $60, $80, it's hard to go wrong with that combination there. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go put all this crap away that I don't need anymore. So, all right, have a good one.